So how do you get your puppy to stay on a platform or a dog bed for longer and longer? Well, collar conditioning to kennel, that's how. And I'm going to show you what that looks like today. Hey guys, Kat here from Standing Stone, and I've got Hex with me for his next place training video with collar conditioning. He's 18 weeks old, and we have already been working on collar conditioning to send him to his dog bed from a distance, and now we want to work on building on duration. People always want to know, how do you get your dog to stay on their dog bed longer? Well, it starts with positive reinforcement and place training with the clicker that way, but the click not only marks the behavior, but it ends the behavior, and you can only build on so much duration with that. So now we can utilize the collar to help hold him accountable to staying on his dog bed for longer and longer. We're still overlaying with some food rewards as well, keeping his focus, keeping this fun and engaging. Still just using vibrate, and when he gets off the bed, off the platform, the ground is lava. So vibrate's going to turn right back on, so my timing is going to be really important, so he can learn that, hey, the place where the vibrate doesn't happen is on this dog bed, and if I get off, I'm going to feel that vibrate right away back on. We're using a Kato board, which is a great platform for place training because it creates a very distinct boundary from being on the place and off the place. I'm using DT Systems H2O 1820 collar again for this session, utilizing vibrate, and he's wearing a fancy Standing Stone juvenile puppy collar. All of these things are found at standingstonesupply.com. So we're going to start by just sending him to his bed, his platform with vibrate. Hex, kennel. As soon as he's on, shuts off. Here, have a few little food rewards. I'm not using a clicker because I don't have that many hands, and we don't need it at this point, because we're not also ending the behavior. So now that he's there, as soon as he gets off the bed, he's going to feel the vibrate turn back on until he's back on his platform. So my body movement challenged him. That moved and pulled his focus, and he got off the platform. Felt vibrate right away. So we can make this easier by staying still for him. He is a puppy. He only has so much focus. He's going to get distracted. He's going to have a squirrel moment and forget that he's supposed to be here. Definitely the food helps keep his focus a little bit more. So we're using that as a little baby step here as a bridging the gap from this collar conditioning standpoint. I can also release him with, okay, okay. Off the bed kennel. On their platform again. Here's a little food reward. It's important to pay attention and be ready with the collar for proper timing, so the collar's still in my hand. I'm not going to let it hang down with my hands off of it, because as soon as he comes off that bed, he needs to feel the collar turning back on to get him back onto the bed. This is utilizing not only a combination of negative reinforcement training, but also positive punishment. So negative reinforcement, he turns the collar off by getting on his bed. Positive punishment, he comes off the bed, it turns back on again until he's back on the bed, and then it shuts off. Kennel. Good. You can see him kind of almost loading. I could see his body tensing. He was thinking about getting off his bed. So I was ready. I anticipated he was going to probably break off of his bed here pretty soon. So be ready. Watch your body language. Good. So I'm not utilizing the word stay or the cue stay. In this situation, it's kind of implied. He needs to stay there until I release him with the cue okay. And I also like to incorporate a tap on the head in that situation, so there's some form of physical handling as well. Okay, okay. Kennel? Good. Give him another little food reward. This guy is very food motivated. He definitely likes to eat. Good. And I don't have to use food reward every time he gets back on his platform. We're able to utilize variable reinforcement too, where he's not getting that food reward every time he gets back on his bed, but every once in a while to keep his engagement there. Kennel? Good. Good, I liked that. That was really good patience. He sat down, he kind of said, okay, I'm going to be here for a while. I can reward that. I like that patience, that's good. So the 3 parts of place training with being able to send him to his dog bed from a distance, have him stay on his dog bed for longer durations, which we're working on right now, and then having him stay here through lots of different distractions is really important. And we're not there yet. He's not going to be able to handle distractions at this point. If somebody walks through the door, another dog comes into his training space, that's going to blow this little puppy's mind, and he is going to completely get off of his dog bed, and it's going to be very difficult for me to get him focused enough to get back on his dog bed. So we build up to all these different levels of place training gradually. He's doing a really good job though. We've definitely built on some duration already. We are going to continue working on this. This isn't a one and done training session. It's going to take some time for him to be able to stay on that dog bed for longer and longer. But with some of our dogs, we get up to the point where they're staying on their dog bed for an hour, 2 hours at a time, you know, just hanging out, relaxed and comfortable being out and part of the family, but also on a place, not getting into anything, not counter surfing, not jumping up on company. It's a great obedience behavior to teach your dogs. That's cheating. All 4 feet on the bed. Perfect. Well, he's doing a really great job, guys. I'm going to continue working on this with him. Evenings are going to be a great time for me to do this in the house on his dog bed as well. So until then, guys, I'm Kat the dog trainer. This cutie is Hex, and we will see you in his next video.